We also have for the city of Hazel Park, we have the mayor, Mr. Jack Lloyd. We have Councilman Mr. Mike Webb. Mr. Ron Lawler. Mr. Andy Lacuro. Mr. Jeff Keaton. And City Manager, Mr. Ed Kovicher. We also have State Representative Andy Meisner here. And former State Representative Phil Maston is here. Hopefully I got everybody. I'm sorry, I wrote his name down. Mr. Troy Etheridge, who is principal or assistant principal here, and his wife, Eleanor. Okay, at this time, the City Council, the Mayor, and the City Manager have a presentation to make.
Good evening, everyone. It's certainly an honor and a pleasure to be here. My name is Jack Lloyd, Mayor of Hazel Park. We have a resolution from the City of Hazel Park honoring Howard H. Beecher. As you can see, we're going to officially name the sign Howard H. Beecher Drive.
Boulevard.
This is quite an honor, and this is almost like a once in a lifetime. I mean, when have you ever remembered in your life we ever come together like this? This is certainly great. And to bring Dr. Webb back and honor him here, and certainly being here. City of Hazel Park, Historical Commission, Hazel Park Goodfellows, and Exchange Club of Hazel Park. And whereas Howard H. Beecher was actively involved in bringing the first street light, and I'm sure they were not timed like they are tonight, or the first street light, at 9 Mile and John R. And we are first police department and post office. How many people remember that? Show of hands. Okay, that's great. And now therefore be it resolved that the Hazel Park City Council, the Mayor, the City Manager, Mr. Ed Kovicher, and the City of Hazel Park honors Howard H. Beecher for his distinguished service to our community and declares that his legacy will not pass from the memory of the City of Hazel Park and the school system. Thank you very much. My honor. Family, come up, please. I should have brought you up earlier. Thank you. You're Howard H. Beecher's son, is that right? Bill? Bill, say hello. Hello, people. say 1940. Now you know what it's like for me to do something like this. Huh? Well, like I said again, it's certainly an honor and a pleasure. And Mr. LaCurl, Councilman LaCurl's got the sign. And as everybody can see, it's Howard H. Beecher Boulevard. And this is on. Resolution. And thank you very much for having me here. Yeah, the chairs. Also, as you notice, our Department of Public Works have already changed the sign.
Oh, they have? Oh,
This is yours to keep. As everyone exits tonight, trying to look at the sign out there, and it's already changed. Okay, so that's already done. Also, I just want to say, you know, all my time in Hazel Park, I don't ever remember a parking problem. And it's good to see that we have a parking problem, and I'm sure no one's going to get a ticket. For sure. If anybody's had illegally parked, we're in there. Thank you.
Thanks for coming again.
You'll have plenty of time to read the sign when it takes you about a half hour to get out of the parking lot. Next we have Mr. Joe Gilligan, who's going to read a poem for us.
Where'd that come from?
All right, the title of my poem is A Remembrance of Hazel Park High. I have a sense of sadness, but also a sense of elation of this historic date for celebration. From 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., we will reminisce about Hazel Park High. I have a few memories of my own I cannot deny. They consist of many teachers from 45 to 49. All of them, past and present, were just so fine. They were Sham, Lombard, Smith, and Trump's. And here are names of others. Davis, Gerba, Lucas, and Zepp. The latter three put a pep in my step. The former taught history to our class. She was strict, and no student would harass. There were Webb, Tullis, Thomas, and Weller. Could anyone teach Macbeth any better? I also had Tinkham, Martin, and Ripmaster. This coach was a real taskmaster. The football team had a perfect record in '48, and I believe our star tailback, Walt Roman, was great. There were Tisworth, Richards, McCloy, and Fink, and a math teacher next to the band room called Sink. My favorite teacher was B.A. McCloy. He kept the trigonometry class full of joy. McCloy had only 2 A's at Alma, one in math and one in baseball. And here are a few more memories that I can recall. Then there was Mr. Richards, econ and history class. Perhaps this was the most difficult course to pass. He would quip to our class, "Have no fear, Soapy Williams will win by a close shave this year." The most popular teacher was Mr. Webb by far. Remember when he would loan his 1949 car? In summary, I have given credit to many teachers, but I cannot ignore our principal, Howard H. Beecher. He must have been an excellent teacher. This school has produced many teachers, doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs. Our success depended on dedication, and that is for sure. This school has stood for many a decade, and I know our memories will not fade. Thank you.
I did fail to introduce one person today. who was principal at Beecher for a short while, and now is at the high school where he's principal and at the board office where he's assistant superintendent, Mr. Jim Meisiger. The next gentleman going to come up to speak is Dr. Victor Mayo, who's our superintendent now. And it was great, Dr. Mayo, because I was able to see some of your old teachers here today. And I kind of wanted to get a feel for what type of student you were. And you owe a book report, still do. I have a list of assignments that you missed, but I thought I'd go around and ask them what they remember of you. And I have a few quotes that they gave me. So the first one said, "I knew Kenny was going to be a success." Next one said, "Very unique." Next one said, "1 in a million." And as she walked away, she said, "Thank God." And finally, one of the teachers said, "Whatever happened to Victor Mayo?" Well, whatever happened to Victor is he's now superintendent of schools, Dr. Mayo.
And my brother did say to me that I could spend a long time talking about how much I spent in the principal's office. So this is quite an event. I had a speech prepared, forget it. I'm not going to even worry about it. I had something written out. A lot of mixed emotions seeing all the people here, former teachers that I taught with, former teachers that taught me, and administrators that were my mentors going through this district. And you know, you think about the history of this great building. Look at this auditorium. You look at the outside. You look at the hallways here, and it's still in great shape. Beecher Junior High, Hazel Park High School is still a beautiful building. But we all know that there comes a time when we have to go ahead and go on to the future. And this new building that is being built, that is soon to be completed, is a lot different than this building. It's a lot more technical. It's going to take more people, more education to run it. And it is a building. It is a building that we look forward to for the future. I have a unique responsibility in these upcoming years. Usually, I was told by former superintendents, "Gee, if you close one building, you're not going to last too long." Well, I'm going to close 3, and we're going to demolish 3 and build some new buildings. But we have a lot of future to look ahead of us. But no matter what this building holds, a new one, and the new ones that we are going to build, the history of this building, that's why the people are here. It's the people that count, and that's why we're all here. And I want to thank all of you for coming this evening, for the great job that Kathy Sabia has done. We asked a few months ago for someone to put this together, and Kathy Sabia, who was a teacher here many years ago, for many years. Sorry. Seems like many years. Just has done a tremendous job of putting this together. I understand there was a reunion last evening for the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they had to turn away 80 people. That has to say a lot about Hazel Park. I come across people all the time that want to know what's going on with Hazel Park. Well, let me tell you something. Hazel Park is healthy, and we have a great future ahead of us, thanks to people like you. So again, I want to thank you. I want to invite you to continue to be a part of Hazel Park, because, you know, even though this building is going to be demolished, the memories will exist. And again, the great people that have made this happen, we're going to continue this tradition for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mayo. At this present time, we're going to see a video put together by Bill, Chad, and Mr. Darren Fox. Gentlemen?